Illustration 4. Show the effect of following business transactions on the accounting equation. So here you have again 6 transactions. The first one is Anbu started business with cash 20,000, goods 12,000 and machine 8,000. So previously we saw started business with cash alone. Now it is slightly different transaction wherein you have cash 20,000, goods 12,000 and machine 8,000. So now again write the format in the books of nothing, no name is given, just draw a line. Okay, you will write like this in the books of, just draw a line here, and here you will write accounting equation. Since this is a format, you have to follow this format everywhere even if the name is not given. Okay, so in the books of name is not given, so just draw a line here. Accounting equation, transaction assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. Okay, now you first write the transaction. Started business with cash, stock and machine. Okay, so here cash, stock, machine, 3 accounts should be opened in the first transaction itself, because this person is starting business with all these. Okay, so he is bringing in stock worth rupees 12,000, he is bringing in machinery worth rupees 8,000 and also he is bringing in cash of rupees 20,000. So write cash 20,000, that is plus 20,000, stock plus 12,000, machine plus 8,000. So totally how much you have? 20,000 plus 12,000 plus 8,000. So totally you are bringing in rupees 40,000 as the capital amount. Okay, so under the head capital you write plus 40,000 here. So here you have equation plus 20,000 plus 12,000 plus 8,000 is equal to plus 40,000. The second transaction is given as purchased goods from Ramani on credit rupees 7,000. When we are purchasing goods on credit, in that case we become the creditors. Okay, so it is not necessary that you should write credit purchases here. Okay, you can just directly write whatever is given there in the sum, just like this. Okay, purchase goods from Ramani on credit, you can write that itself here. Okay, for rupees 7,000. So when you are purchasing goods, automatically your stock will increase. So good is always stock, so here stock is going to increase by rupees 7,000, so you write plus 7,000. Since you are purchasing it on credit, okay, whenever you see this word credit purchase, immediately you become the creditor. Ni kadanali agara appdin artham. Okay, so creditors plus 7,000 must be written here, right? After writing this, you have to total your cash account, which comes to 20,000. Now 12,000 plus 7,000 is 19,000. You have 8,000 here, so just write 8,000. In here you have 40,000 under the head capital, so you write 40,000 here. So liabilities, now we have opened only creditors account, so you just write that 7,000 here. Third transaction is payment made to Ramani in full settlement 6,900 is given here. Okay, so we are making payment to Ramani, from whom we have already purchased goods. Okay, we have already purchased goods from Ramani on credit worth rupees 7,000, but how much are we paying now? We are going to pay only rupees 6,900. Okay, so what is that 100 rupees for us? It is your discount amount or the profit. See, you have to pay 7,000, but you are paying only 6,900, saying that 100 rupees you will not pay. Okay, in that case 100 rupees is profit for you, right? So whenever you get any kind of a profit, you have to add to the capital account. Okay, now you write payment made to Ramani in full settlement. How much are we paying? Now we are paying only 6,900. So reduce 6,900 from cash, and from to whom are we paying? To our to Ramani, who has supplied goods to us, right? So which means we were actually we purchased actually for 7,000. So this creditor, we are the creditors now, right? So this credit, to this creditors we have paid now. So 7,000 is the amount, actual amount which we have paid. Okay, but instead of paying 7,000, I'm paying 6,900 and get a profit of rupees 100, which I have to add it to my capital. Okay, I'll repeat this again. So here, making payment. Okay, so previous transaction, you bought goods on credit for rupees 7,000. Okay, நம்ம கடனுக்கு 7,000 rupeesக்கு goods வாங்கிட்டோம், but amount we did not pay, right? So that is why we call the suppliers as the creditors here. Now we are paying only 6,900, saying that that is my full payment, I am not going to pay rupees 100, just treat that as a discount for me. Okay, in that case, when you are to pay 7,000 but you are paying only 6,900, you get a profit of rupees 100, which is to be added to the capital. நீ 7,000 pay பண்ண வேண்டிய இடத்துல you are paying only 6,900. அப்போ உனக்கு அந்த 100 rupees என்னது profit, அது capital-ஓடு நீ add பண்ணும். Okay, then the fourth transaction is given as goods, sold goods to Rajan on credit costing 5,400 for rupees 6,000. So here again you have to keenly read the transaction, because you are selling goods. Okay, you are selling goods to Rajan. The good worth, the stock worth is rupees 5,400, but for how much you are selling? You are selling it for 6,000. So find out the difference amount. You get a difference of rupees 600. So what is this 600? The 600 is your profit. Okay, when you are making sale to your customer, good worth rupees 5,400 is being sold for 6,000. So there is a difference of rupees 600, which is your profit. Okay, now you write, you need not write as credit sales, you can just write this itself. Okay, sold goods to Rajan on credit. Now stock worth is 5,400. For how much am I selling? I am selling it on credit to my customer. So whenever you see a customer, you have to write it as debtor. Okay, debtor is an asset, because in future you are going to receive amount from your debtors. Okay, so debtors, you are selling it for rupees 6,000, so you will write 6,000. Now what is the difference? Difference amount is rupees 600, which is your profit. You add up to the capital. Okay, so credit sale, goods worth is rupees 5,400. So stock, under the head stock, I am reducing 5,400. I am selling it for 6,000 to my debtor on credit. Okay, that's why we are writing debtors now. If it is for cash, means you will write under the head cash. Since you are selling it on credit, you write under the head debtors rupees 6,000. So find out the difference. The difference of rupees 600 is your profit here. So add that amount to your capital. Okay, again find out the equation. The next one is received from Rajan rupees 5,800 in full settlement of his account. So we sold goods to Rajan, right, in the previous transaction. For how much we sold? We sold it for rupees 6,000. But he says, I'll pay only 5,800. You treat it as my full settlement itself. Okay, so in that case, the company gets a loss of rupees 200, because we sold it for 6,000. Now he says he will pay only 5,800. So we get a loss of rupees 200. So now you are receiving cash of rupees 5,800. Your debtor says he is paying rupees 6,000 full amount. So minus 6,000. So instead of receiving 6,000, I got only 5,800. So there is a loss of rupees 200. So from your capital, reduce rupees 200. Okay, again calculate the equation. Then last one is wages outstanding. So whenever you see any outstanding, immediately you have to open that particular expenses account under the head liabilities. Outstanding means you did not pay the amount. Okay, so here outstanding expense of rupees 400 is given. So outstanding plus 400, from where you are supposed to pay this amount, from your capital. So you reduce minus 400 here from the capital. Again find out the equation. You get 18,900 plus 13,600 plus 8,000 equal to 40,100 plus 400, which is 40,500. You should get both the sides as 40,500.